We shall now proceed on to Women's Eye View. The well-known hostess here is Miss Abla Doku. She is also a well-known publisher of a very, very famous magazine called the A Magazine. Here on the Capital Forum, Abla presents a very, very interesting conversation with her guest. This week, her guest is Jennifer Cotto from Sunny House Productions. Let's learn all about Jennifer.
This is Women's Eye View, an educational series covering thoughts, perspectives, and outlook on business, entertainment, fashion, finance, leadership, sex, health, and wellness through the eyes of women. I'm your host, Abla Doku. Joining us today is Jen Cotto, founder and CEO of Sunny House Productions. A graduate with a Bachelor's of Art in Film and Video Studies, she interned with National Geographic and worked as production assistant at Mount Ararat. She is now focusing fully on her own business, Sunny House Production, an enterprise aiming to work with nonprofits and socially conscious businesses. Jen, welcome to Women's Eye View.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. What made you decide to go into video production?
So my entire life, my family and I have always enjoyed movies together. And when I was in high school, I decided to take a film and video studies class. And I didn't really take it seriously until my teacher was like, Jen, you have to do work, you have to do something. So I just kind of threw something together and he was like, this is really good, like you should really pursue this, you should look into it. And I really loved it, and so I just decided to do it.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And from what I've read, your desire is to work with nonprofits mm-hmm. and businesses that are socially conscious. Why not every business?
Well, for me, God really inspires my heart, and He really motivates me to work for others. And so I love to work with businesses who don't just think about themselves, but think about a greater good. So.
That's fantastic. So as a video expert, if someone or a business owner is looking to have his or her business videotaped for promotional purposes or for any other purpose, what should they look for in the person they're going to hire as their videographer?
Well, first they should cast a vision for it. So they should do a lot of research. Look on Pinterest or on YouTube or on Vimeo and try and figure out sort of the direction they want it to go in. And then once they figure that out, they should do research for videographers, look at their website, sort of have meetings and speak to them about what their goals are, what their mission is, and what their vision is too. And then sort of marry the two together and work together to the same vision and goal.
So what if the business owner or the individual doesn't know exactly what it is that they're looking for? Is that something that you as a videographer, as a professional, can you guide them? Do you have a way of guiding them to achieve their goals?
Yeah, so if they really don't know where they want to go, I sort of have a list of questions of like, okay, so what's the goal of this video? What do you want to inspire in people? And then once we figure that out, then I can be like, okay, I can do this for you, or I can do that for you, and sort of do research for them and put together a whole PowerPoint or like 2 different or 3 different PowerPoints to sort of help them figure out what they want.
That's fantastic. So let's say that we have a business owner or an individual who doesn't have the means to actually hire a professional. Any tips or thoughts for this person as to what they have to do to produce a good or a decent quality video for whatever it is that their needs are?
Well, first they can look for someone who's starting up. Like right now I'm starting up, so I'm doing things pro bono for people to get my work out there. So maybe look for aspiring videographers or people who are in college who are doing work and they need projects. That's one way to get a really good video at no cost. And then also, if you really want to do it and you don't know any people who are interested or who are like me, who are starting out, then I think it's really simple. You just get a DSLR camera with the lens and you just point and shoot. And it's not to worry about what everybody else wants, but what your vision is. Focus on your perspective and you'll always get a good product. So
do you have light? Is lighting an important thing when it comes to video, just as it is in photography, or when it comes to video, it doesn't matter where you shoot it, anything goes? What's your take on that?
Lighting is very important, but I normally go for natural light.
Okay.
Especially like when you don't have a big budget or you don't have access to really to a lot of lighting, to go outside or to sit in like a sunroom of a house or just a place with a lot of windows. So
that's such a great idea. So tell us, what is your inspiration? What goals or vision do you have for your business?
So right now, Sunny House focuses on documentaries and focuses on telling true stories, but eventually I wanted to do larger productions. So maybe like the O.J. Simpson that was just on Netflix. That was it was just a recreation of this really cool story. And so maybe productions like that is what I see in the future. I see myself having like a campus for Sunny House Productions, so more artists and people who are interested in photography and video production can come and gather and grow together. So that's sort of where I see Sunny House going.
Do you do work with children? Is that something that interests you as well?
Of course. I mean, I went overseas to Cambodia this past summer, and we
did you?
Yeah, and
awesome.
We visited orphanages all over Cambodia. I spent 2 weeks there, and I just fell in love with the children. So I do enjoy working with children. I just enjoy working with a good cause. So children, older people, like it just really, if it's a good cause, then I'm there.
You're there. That's fantastic. And your inspiration came from whom? Your mom, your dad? I was reading a little bit about you earlier. Who inspires you?
So my parents really inspire me. They give me the courage to move forward when I feel down. They sort of just push me and make me brave. And so I just don't worry about what everybody else thinks. I don't worry about what the world is going to say, because as long as they see the vision that I have, then I know I'm going to go places. I also am really inspired by Princess Diana. I just love her heart for people, and I love how she was just a humanitarian, and that's just who I aspire to be, just a humanitarian.
So your vision, part of your vision is to use your work to help other people tell their story, to bring other people's story to life. That's such a great aspiration for a young woman like yourself,
Thank you.
right? And I'm very glad that you really don't worry so much as to what other people think about you or what other people may think about your work, because that's a concern for most young women. And for you to find that strong footing at this time and say that it's what it is, you like it or you should leave it, that's just so amazing.
Thank you.
Now, when it comes to videos, we see everyone is talking about, as a small business owner, videos are the way to go. You want to have videos out there, but we both know that it's not easy to find a professional for every single video that you want to do. What's your recommendation, or what are some of the things that people can do to put a short video out for people to view when it comes to what it is that they're doing at any particular time?
So when I was at Nat Geo, they were doing seminars for the explorers, and I was sitting in on one seminar, and they were talking about using your phone. And so iPhones have they have 4K video now. So it's really simple. You just turn the phone horizontal. It sounds like
it's that simple,
sense,
right?
But you just turn the phone horizontal, and you just record, and then you go into Premiere or Apple. They have a video editing, and you just sort of piece them together. It's really about telling a story. It's like writing, It's just putting together these clips so that it makes sense, so that whatever you want people to know, they know. So I'm making it sound really easy.
No, it's easy, but when you don't know something, it's more challenging, and you think that it's difficult. But my experience is that once you start, it gets easier. So that's such a great tip. I have an old phone though, so I don't know if that's going to be something I'll be able to do. I don't think anyone can see anything when I shoot with mine. So tell us, what are some of the things that you like to do when you're not working?
I love to travel. I really do. I love to travel.
Do tell.
I love to go on mission trips. I've been on like 3 or 4 with my church. We went to Honduras, and we built houses in Honduras. And I just love that. I love being outside of my comfort zone, because then I just sort of realize what's important in my life. you know, it's not about things, it's not about, you know, and I can be very goal oriented, and sometimes I need to step away from my goals and take a breath and say, okay, like, okay, God, what do you want from me? Where do you want me to go? What's my next step? So that I can really focus and sort of, so I just really love to travel because I think it makes me a more mindful woman, a more just a better woman in general.
And it gives you a different perspective too when you travel and you go to other places and you see the lifestyles there and you see how people live. You can't help it but actually count your blessings living here in this country, right? Right. So you've been to Honduras, you've been where else? Where else have you been?
I've been to Honduras, I went to Cambodia, I went to New York.
Okay.
My dad was in the military, so I lived overseas for like 7 years. I grew up in Okinawa, Japan.
Oh.
So I think it started with my dad, my you know, desire to travel.
Yes.
To appreciate other cultures. I just love going to places that I've never been before, so.
Any place in particular you have on your bucket list you must go?
I really want to go to Ireland with the castles, and I just think it's beautiful, all the green and the old structures. I really want to go to Germany for Oktoberfest, and like they have Christmas towns. They have Christmas towns and Oktoberfest. There's just a lot of really cool. I took a tourism class, and I had to plan a trip to Germany.
Okay.
And it's just really just the culture. I love their little steins. I mean, it's just really cool. So
that's your dream place to visit.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're going. Maybe I'll get inside your bag and go with you.
Please.
So thank you. Any thoughts, any last thoughts for our viewers?
I would just say whatever you want to do, whatever your goal is, to just let go of all the excuses you have in your head. Because I had so many excuses for not starting Sunny House Productions.
Okay.
So just let them go and go for it. It's simple. So.
That's a great advice. We all hold ourselves back based on all the things that are playing in our heads. Thank you so much for joining us today. That's it for us. Thank you, our viewers. That was Jen Cato of Sunny House Production. I'm your hostess, Abla Doku. Expand your view, expand your horizon. This is Women's Eye View. See you next time.